Hello, everybody. Can you guys hear me? Welcome to Las Vegas.
Hi, everyone. It's great to see you all.
I'm not sure what kind of technology that you guys use to get here in under 2 minutes. It took me a solid 12 hours from door to door to come here, but I'm so glad that you're here with us in Las Vegas. My name is Jay, and this is Trisha. We're from a company called Discover Live. And for those of you who don't know who Discover Live is yet, we are the pioneers and experts of live on location virtual world travel. And during the next hour, we will all gonna be visiting some of the most amazing technology companies at CES. But before we do that, we want to do a poll. We want to tell you some of the places that we want to visit, but we want to hear from you. Which one of those that you are most interested in visiting? And we want to make sure your voice is heard, and we want to make sure that we stop by those places. So Sue, can you tell people a little bit about what those companies are?
Sue, are you set to roll the PowerPoints?
All set.
Great.
So we have, our first one is Tellus, advanced sensor with AI to predict and analyze the health of a person in a room without the use of wearables or video cameras. Amika's Brain, as Trisha just said, AI-led digital advisory service for better decision-making for long-term care. Zbrio, measurement-based fall prevention to dramatically reduce the likelihood of falling. Smart Walker by Camino. Canoo AR to bring multi-generations together. Game Board. Game Board does for board games what Kindle did for books, meaning games can now be played electronically and without the need for multiple boards or books. It's just one device. And our last one is Labrador Systems. It's an early stage robotics company developing a new generation of assistive robots to help individuals live more independently. And now we're going to do a quick poll where you guys get to vote and let me know which ones you would like to see. So we have Tellus, Amika's Brain, Zbrio, Camino Robotics, Smart Walker, Canoo, Game Board, and Labrador Systems. Go ahead and start voting and let me know who you want to go see. All right, and I'm going to end the poll and we will find out where we need to head. Okay, so it looks like we need to head to Tellus, Labrador Systems, and Camino Robotics. Trisha and Jay, we're going to head.
All great, yeah, all great choices. I'm glad that you guys made the choice. So we will make sure that we stop by those places during this tour today. So here's Trisha. So Trisha, where do you want to take us to first?
Okay, so the first spot is going to be Amika's Brain. And we're going to be meeting with Shitra, who's the co-founder and CEO. Let's go, everybody.
Hi, Shitra. Great to see you again. So we've got a wonderful audience. They're really excited to hear about your product. Can you tell us about it? Maybe give us a brief demo and let us know how it benefits older adults.
Thank you, Trisha. And good day, everyone who is sharing part of their day with us. So we are Amika's Brain Innovation. We are a digital health company totally dedicated to making caregiving easier for the world's caregivers who are caring for their loved ones living with dementia. As all of us know, aging is something we can delay probably, but never eliminate it. Along with aging comes the risk of our loved ones getting the diagnosis of dementia. That means while it is heart-wrenching for the person to get that diagnosis, it's even more disruptive for the families who are caring for the person living with dementia. And that's what our company has set out to do. We are raising the standard of self-service apps that caregivers around the world can use in their preferred language to get the advice they need about how to care for mom, who is going through behavioral challenges, or dad who needs hearing tested, or the caregiver wants to share with another caregiver what the isolation and stress they are going through. And we are also providing tools that they can use to monitor their own well-being. So it's all about caring for the caregivers, and it's deeply personal because I was a caregiver for my mother, whom I lost at the beginning of this year. Through that, I learned how harrowing and heart-wrenching and draining our time in terms of care management.
Wow, that is an incredible story. So tell us how this works briefly, a quick product overview, and how it can benefit older adults.
It's very simple to use. As you can see, it's available on the any device that you like, whether it is you have laptop or desktop or iPad or phone. It's all available there, and it's a self-service. You don't have to call somebody, try to look for your bestie to get, what do I do in the middle of the night? She's always there. Our AI avatar is called Kiko or Kaiko in some parts of the world. And she gives you the best trusted care advice so that you don't have to waste your time Googling and worrying whether the advice you got is genuine or not. There is no ad here. It's distraction free. It's a safe community. So may I show you a quick demo?
Please.
So this is Care Advisor. So she's coming up, and so she's very personalized depending on whether I'm caring for vascular dementia or Parkinson's. She knows what's the best, what stage of caregiving I am in. And I can say one thing with dementia, you might find a lot of information on the web, but something you don't find good information, reliable information about behavioral challenges. That is very unique to dementia patients. So let's say I'm going to say, mom is overly aggressive. And I went through this. My mom, sweetest person I could see, turned into somebody whom I could not recognize. So all I'm doing is I can speak to it, but I'm going to show it so that, So mom is overly aggressive. Very simple. No search terms to think about. And Kiko is ready. She's giving you. People with dementia may sometimes behave in ways that are physically or verbally aggressive. It can be very distressing for you. Here are some. Why is it caused? And what can you do? What are the tips and the solutions you can do? So you can find resources, you can get the best advice, and you can take care of your well-being. And we continue to build the portfolio. We are the trusted partners for caregivers around the globe.
Incredible. Okay. Well, that was a great overview. Shitra, thank you so much for being with us today. I'm sure that the audience is loving this product and I want to know more about it. We really appreciate that. Thank you, Shitra.
Trisha, before you
everyone.
leave, we have a question
Yes.
from the audience. What is AR? And Herman responded, augmented reality.
That's exactly right. Yes.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, great. All right, everyone. We are heading over to our next booth, and this is the product called Canoo. This product falls under the social engagement platform, and it is augmented reality to bring multi-generations together. And the person who we're going to be meeting with is the CEO and founder. His name is Jim, and he's just here shaking hands with some people right now. And he's also the inventor of Leapfrog. If any of you have ever heard of that product, it's a really popular toy that many love. And as you can see, Jim is getting ready to share this with all of us now. All right, Jim, great to see you. So we would love for you to share with us a little bit about the product, give us a demonstration, and tell us how this benefits older adults.
Great, thank you. So a challenge you have with an older adult that wants to stay connected with people. Should
Nope, you're good. I'll hold it, yes.
Great. Okay, this environment is rough. But
okay.
a challenge with an older adult, I'll go back and forth. With an older adult that would like to stay connected with a child is this. If they're remote and they would like to call them or get on a Zoom with them or video chat, what happens typically is, imagine their 4-year-old grandson is Johnny, and they say, call him up, Zoom, FaceTime, whatever it might be. Hey, Johnny, how are you? Good. What are you up to? Nothing. And Johnny runs off, and grandma is upset. Mom chases after Johnny with her smartphone, and the whole experience is not very good. And grandma feels negligent. She feels like she doesn't know what to say. Or if she does engage him a little bit, she might say, well, Johnny, how was your week at school? He doesn't know how to answer. So we said, okay, solve the problem. We could put games into a video chat. That's been done. Put books there. It's not very exciting for the child because basically the video chat becomes gratuitous. They're just looking, they're playing the game. Johnny's focused on checkers or on the video game, but not on grandma. So we said, first, let's create games that are really bespoke, that are designed to connect a loved one. So they'll bake a cake together, they'll go fishing together, they'll build things together, and they have to collaborate. So that's the first step. To do that, we put a character into the video chat on the screen with the video chat, and they appear and they guide them each on what to do. Next, the character can talk to either the older, younger loved one privately. And so give a text prompt or actual audio and say, gee, Johnny doesn't look too engaged. Why don't you ask him about this? Tell him about what you made and what you liked as a child when you were baking together. So we give prompts to either one privately. And finally, what does a young child want to do more than anything? They want to move physically. They don't want to just stand there and stare at fingers. So we created a wand. And this wand is now an AR device on the screen. What that means is the child can use this and it becomes augmented reality. So for instance, if they're baking together, grandma will take your finger. And if you look at this video, because the Wi-Fi here is not working well. So right there, the child can take the wand and chip away at a sculpture and grandpa can tell her what to do. Or you'll see in a little while, she chips and chips with the wand and it moves and the hammer moves and she reveals the chicken. Or she might be, again, baking a cake or going fishing and grandpa will put fish on the hook. So all types of things. And now the child engages in a whole other way. So stories that come out of this. We have grandparents that say, a grandmom said, I watched my husband smile and laugh like I've not seen him do for 10 years because he was engaged with the child. They fly to the moon together. And at one point we'll say, okay, make a silly face. And the grandpa at first goes, and then Cody says, like this. And then grandpa makes a face the grandchild loves and they connect. Once they connect, they talk. When they talk, they bond and they leave the session. And a typical FaceTime session might be on the order of 3 minutes or so before the child loses interest. Our average time is 34 minutes for a session. And it's because they do so many different types of things together. So that's the first part. There's another little piece of it. We also said, when mom said, gee, could you make this wand do more? So it's not just when their child is using it with their remote loved one. So we've designed the wand so it now will work with the book, read stories, allow the child on their own to interact with a paper book. Any book they want to pull off their bookshelf, they'll be able to take, download software for Cat in the Hat, for Goodnight Moon, Very Hungry Caterpillar. The wand will be able to point at the book, read words, interact with pictures. So think of kind of a cross between a Wii and a Leap Pad. So it's an interactive device where the child moves and they drive, they cast, they chip away, they pour, they saw, they do different things in the book, they paint together, and they're doing this all. And that I can show you a little bit. That I could give you a short live demo.
Okay, all right. So
Yeah, this works. Let's see if keep this on. Say when it's set. Better get the right wand. So we have a wand, we plug the speaker in externally, but the wand is standalone, okay? This is loud. So here's a magazine. So this magazine, okay? The wand works with a magazine like a Wii. So what I'll do is I'll take the magazine and I'll push the button and I'll flip through pages. There's musical friends. Here we go. Go to another page. So I can point at the page. A carnival, or we'll do a story. Here we go. Oops, not yet. We go one more. There we go. Here's the story. All right, so we'll launch this and you'll hear what happens.
Story time. Turn to the page with the two pigs looking at each other in their car.
Flip, 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 flip.
Tap the page with your magic wand.
Here we go.
There yet. That's the title of this story.
So it's going to begin to read to the child. Okay.
Let's buckle up and find out. Move your wand like you're pretending to put on a safety belt.
So I'm going to put on my safety belt. Ready? Now we're going to read a little bit and we're going to drive together. Here we go.
Jump into a song. Are we there yet? The one named Lamar.
Okay, 20 seconds. Let me show you one thing. Now we have the wand in the hand. Okay, ready? Okay. Here we go. So there we go. This will be available this fall for working with books, and this is Canoo.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jim. I think that's an amazing, amazing product. The next product that we're going to be talking about is a social engagement product. It's called Game Board. And Game Board essentially does for the game boards what the Kindle did for books, meaning that games can now be played electronically and without the need for multiple boards. This is a really fascinating product. And it's all in just one device. And so we're going to be meeting with the CEO and co-founder. Her name is Shao. All right, we are here. And so we would love to hear.
Yeah.
Innovative.
Thank you.
Love to hear how it works in a quick demo.
Sure.
And then how it fits in older adults.
Okay, great. So, hi. Okay. All right. So Game Board is a tabletop console. So think of us like Netflix meets Kindle for board games. You turn it on, you have access to hundreds and hundreds of games, everything from cards and checkers all the way to Dungeons and Dragons. So you have like strategy games and like really easy, fun to play simple games. You turn it on and you can just turn it on and the board becomes it. And we have a patented tech that lets you use physical pieces too. So if you have a chess set, you can use it on Game Board. Dungeons and Dragons mini, you can use it on Game Board. Our touch and our tech is literally designed for social gaming. So multiple people can be touching the device, interacting with the games, and everything works because it's about tabletop. It's about turn-based special experiences. And with the AgeTech, what we're really looking forward to is the idea that, you know, we're connected now more than ever, yet everyone feels isolated. How do you use gaming to bring social engagement and connection to people? So that's the fundamentals of Game Board. And I think
we would love that. And also, just kind of quickly, that means that people could actually play this across different countries. So if they had in 2 different countries, they could actually be playing with them.
And we have microphones and speakers on Game Board too. So in the future, you could hear each other, talk to each other as you're playing as well. Like it's literally about how do you use gaming to connect people in a very simple way, right? So this is not a AAA title. It's not very heavy graphics heavy. It's just very simple games that everyone knows how to play.
Fantastic. Okay, so I think Tim is going to be taking us for a product demo.
So the idea behind Game Board is again, we are being, it's a social gaming console. So as you can see, we've got player drawers here that we can move around. I could literally move these player drawers wherever they need to be. For right now, we're going to be sitting in these positions. And then as we're going to play, right, we come in here and say, okay, we're all in, we're going to deal. Now, in this situation, you don't want to show people your cards. So how do you do that? Our tech enables you to use the blade of your hand to actually show the cards on the screen. So I can't see what she's seeing there. And then I can do the same thing over here. We can all do it at the same time. We all know what those cards may be. So then probably shouldn't put this one in, but we'll fold this one. There we go. So now we've got, oh, all right. We're going to go in. We're going to go in. And, oh, sorry. I'm going to just make one last one. Come on. All right. There we go. And pair of jacks. Got it. And there we go. So our whole idea is social, but also you don't want to have to learn how to new technology, right? It should be very representative of how do you actually normally play? Oh, well, I grab the chips, I double tap, I do my minis, making sure that it isn't, you have to do it a new way. It's the same way that we've always done it and in a really engaging, fun way.
That is amazing. I really love this, and I'm sure that our audience does too. So thank you very much, Jim and Shale. This is a great product. Good luck. Okay. All right. So everyone, our next product is called Zbrio. And this is from the smart home space. This is a measurement-based fall prevention to dramatically reduce
the likelihood of falling. I think that this is a concern for many people of many ages. And so we're going to be meeting today with Catherine, or Katie, as she has her friends call her. She is the founder and CEO of this company. And here's Katie smiling at us right here. Hi, Katie, great to see you. So we're really interested and want to hear more about this product. If you can give us a little demo, tell us about it, and how it benefits older adults.
Absolutely, yes. So here we are at CES, and I'm a former NASA scientist, and we invented this for astronauts on the moon and Mars. So you think, okay, astronauts, they're really good, but actually their balance is pretty poor when they start switching between different gravity environments and microgravity, of course. So we invented it for their moon boots, Martian boots, but realized, let's help people here on Earth. So that's what we've got here. So we have the scale. This is Zbrio stability scale. You just stand on it and it measures your weight, your balance, and it can predict if you're going to fall down in the next 12 months. Yes. Now, lots of times people think, oh, well, I either have good balance or I have bad balance. No, your balance actually changes quite a lot. Think of it a little bit like blood pressure. You don't think, well, I take a reading and that's it for 20 years. No, you want to monitor it. And so the same thing is for balance and for your full risk. So the way this works is, I'm going to swing out. You just stand on the scale. Shall I hold it? Sure. So I'm just standing on the scale. It'll read the weight. Just get myself nice and set. It'll read the weight. It's in kilograms right now, so people don't really understand that at the show. I'll be looking forwards, and I'm going to try and stand as still as I possibly can for 60 seconds. Now, this test isn't actually something that you would do while you're talking or holding a phone up to your mouth, but we'll let it just go. So just count it down, and then it's going to be 60 seconds of me standing on this scale. Because I'm moving and talking, it's going to score me a lot lower than what it would normally be. But you can just see that I think the camera's on it, that the score is, sorry, the time is tracking down. So you actually know more than me as to whether we're getting close to the end of it. What we do find is that when people stand on the scale, it feels like the longest minute of your life. So we encourage them just to kind of take the moment, a little bit like a meditation moment. So how close are we? I'm going to have a quick peek. Oh, got 25 seconds. So once you get a score, the score goes from 1 to 10. 10 is the best. 1, 2, and 3 is high risk for falling. And like I said, it does change and vary. If you have one bad night's sleep, which I'm a little bit jet lagged coming into this show, so that could affect my balance. And then we can see actually a 40% drop from one bad night's sleep. So that's quite drastic. Okay, it beeped. Oh, I got an 8. I did all right. I do a lot of activity, so kind of makes sense. But I'll just show you here. We have the score goes from 1 to 10. So that's what I was talking about. 1 to 10. 1, 2, and 3 is high risk. 4 is a high moderate. And I scored a 8 just now. So feeling pretty pleased with myself in my high heels. A lot of people might ask, well, what shoes? Does it matter what shoes you wear? It's just measuring you in whatever state you're in. So this was my ability to balance while I was wearing my high heels and talking to you. So yay me. I'm going to pass the phone over here.
Fantastic, Katie. I think that product is amazing. And I guess what we'd like to know is if there's any questions from the audience on this product. So if you all can just either post in chat or unmute yourself and let us know if there's any questions that you want to ask of Katie. And as you might have heard at the beginning, this technology actually comes from NASA. And so like Katie said, she's bringing this technology down to Earth, which I love that.
It looks pretty good. Huh?
So any questions from anyone?
Yeah, hello? Hello. It looks pretty good, like how balanced you are on that scale. It's got a bunch of points, and if you shift around, then you're more at risk of falling, I suppose. That's how you measure it. Right?
He was asking if.
Okay. All right. So
the
I
risk
guess
of,
what we'll do is we'll ask Katie a couple of questions on our own. One of them is.
I have a question.
Oh, I think a question came through.
I guess you can't see me. I want to know, how does it prevent falls? Does it give you exercises to do or any kind of prevention?
So the question is, how does it prevent fall? And does it give any sizes or any information?
great question.
I can't hear you.
We can't hear.
Now it's not, could you hear me all right with that one?
Yes.
It's not a magic scale, but it's really about awareness. If you measure something, you can do something about it. Wouldn't it be nice to know if you have a bad night's sleep, how much that affects you? Or if maybe your doctor changes your medications, how much has that affected you? If you do exercise, did it boost you up? Which exercise helps you the best? Which shoes help you the best? And so every time you measure yourself, you learn things about yourself. And that's what we've seen is actually very empowering to help drive that reduction in falls. So that's published in medical journals, that 74% reduction, but we take it a step further. We have what we call the 6 pillars of balance, which you can see over here. And so we've got 6 different features of things that can actually affect your balance. And in this app, which is the Balance Coach app, you can explore. So let's say if you did in fact sleep well, it'll be green. Let's say that you are in fact quite sad and stressed, and maybe you're afraid of falling. These are things that we know are going to affect your ability to balance and your risk of falling. And after you've gone through that, you then get a personalized plan, talking and giving you some education about those different features. This is something that can be done as much as you like, so that as your life changes, you can then learn more about yourself. And then we also have balance training available too, which is just right there.
So Katie, there's an interesting question here about how much does this cost?
Okay, the home scale is $499. It's a precision medical device in your own home. You get to be an astronaut in your own home. Oh, just go to Zbrio.com. So you say Z, yeah, Zibrio. I'm British, I would say Z.
Some of the audience might know what Z is, but yeah, Zibrio.com.
Pusha,
and I will say that everyone can get the app for free. You can go to Zbrio Balance Coach right now and start exploring. If you want to do the better balance training, that's $499 is an additional cost. Yeah.
Katie, wonderful. I think that that was a hit with our audience.
Yeah, I think, Katie, there's so many other questions for you, but we're out of time. So we will provide our audience your website so that they can contact you guys directly for the answers for the remaining questions, okay?
Hear from you.
All right, everyone. Well, we thought you all might love that product. We do too. We think it is wonderful. And there's more to come. So the next product that we're going to be looking at is Labrador Systems. And this is a really interesting product. It is in the smart home space. Labrador Systems is an early stage robotics company. They're developing a new generation of assistive robots to help individuals live more independently. I love the name of this product. It's kind of themed around a Labrador retriever. And we're going to be meeting with Michael, I think, today. So awesome, Michael. Great to meet you. So we have a wonderful audience, and they're really interested to learn more about Labrador. So tell us a little bit, give us a quick product demo, and let us know how it benefits older adults.
Sure. So we'll be running this in the background. We'll just let you see it as it goes through. So what the robot is doing right now is one of its missions is to bring things within reach where folks have health issues that may be impacting their daily activities. So carrying items from place to place, if you're using a walker or cane, or if you have rheumatoid arthritis, or if you're my mom who's 91 and you're in a hospital bed until the caregiver transfers you out, the ability to bring things before the caregiver arrives and to live more independently. So our whole purpose is to empower individuals to live as independently as possible, as both to do activities on their own and extend the impact of caregivers. So in this case, the robot is really a platform. You can put a laundry basket on it. For someone who's still active, they could, but maybe not carry the full basket by themselves, but they could put an empty basket on there, load items a few at a time, and then have it carry that heavy load from place to place. When we're in a senior living community, one of the first things they asked us is, could it bring the groceries in from the garage? And actually could, because they had level things. And what you see here is a more advanced feature where for someone who may be having care in the home, the robot can actually retrieve things. It took the tray of drinks out of the refrigerator, could bring that to a location, and you can command that from your smartphone, from a device like Alexa, or also even from a simple button, depending what people are comfortable with. So we're really trying to first enable people to do more, to basically have more control of their world where they can. And then as they needs increase, help offset that demand for caregivers so that a caregiver, the idea of asynchronous care, that a caregiver could set things up and have them take effect later in the day when they're not there. So our whole mission is empowering people, and we really are excited to be partnering with AARP and the Innovation Tech Collaborative on this project.
That is awesome. I think that everyone is intrigued and interested when they see a robot. So I'm sure there's going to be some questions from our audience. We think this is such a wonderful product. We've actually seen this robot moving around the floor here this morning, getting some tasks done. It's really, really impressive. So let's see what the audience has to ask, and we'll give them a minute. So
our first question from the audience, Trisha, is
just
the power
either
source.
unmute yourself or post your question into chat.
Trisha, what's the
and
power
let us know if
source?
there's anything you'd like to know more about with Labrador.
Trish, what is the power source?
So the question is, Michael, what is the power source?
The robot can recharge itself. So it's like, just like a robotic vacuum cleaner, the robot has the ability to plug itself in and charge. The robot has the ability to plug itself in and charge, just like your robotic vacuum cleaner does. A little bit different when we first rolled that out. Your vacuum cleaner goes on low battery, just goes there. Here we actually realize that we actually have to talk to the person and say, hey, I'm getting low on battery, because they might be using it to eat a sandwich or have a drink. And it says, hey, can I go and charge now? Or do you want me to wait 30 minutes? And so we have that more social interaction. But basically, it goes and plugs itself in. It's designed to operate for at least a day on a single charge. And you can even set it up so while it's parked, it can be charging for you. Yeah. Yes, it works on carpet. If you look down here, can we just send, we're going to send it over. Why don't we send it over to a bus stop by the armchair, Patrick? And so we'll let people see this. So it's designed to work on standard floor transitions. So it'll go on hard surfaces, carpeting, and area rugs, as well as transitions that people have. And it's meant for one floor. So it's not going to go upstairs, but it is meant to go over like those standard situations you'd expect to have as well. It does have, well, now it's driving autonomously. It has sensors to look around, so it'll avoid the obstacles naturally, whether that's, a furniture, a pet, or your child. And it has extra sensors on it. So if somebody inadvertently braces on it, or your cat jumps on it, or a 5-year-old tries to take it for a joyride, it'll shut down and just park itself. So there's a lot going on here. Like in this case, what it does is it parks right next to the armchair. It'll lower itself because it's parking next to the armchair. And then we have the Echo Show 10, where we're doing a special proof of concept where at the end, when it arrives, it'll come over and park and let people see it. So just like there, so it turns right to that position. This whole idea is to bring things right where you need it to be. Like if someone, we hear about this all the time, someone that's in pain and they just don't want to like get up and make it worse. The ability to let them have that choice about, can I get a drink, or can I get something else? Or can I talk to the doctor, and just put that within reach of folks. So we're really excited. We're have a number of partners on the care provider side. So we're going to be doing more pilots this year. And we have reservations for hundreds of robots, even just from one city, to start helping people live more independently. So we're really happy to be there. And again, really happy to be part of the collective with AARP.
It's really, really impressive. And I think I understand now where it gets its name. So Labrador Retriever, man or woman's best friend. Do people actually name these when they own them?
Yeah, they do. They give them, I'm trying to remember that it's been a while since I checked what they were calling them. But yeah, everybody does. They naturally give it that. And it's really, it's a lot based on their personal experience and things that they've had, whether it was a old family pet or a character in a book that they read. It's our world here is, if you think about this, this is more R2D2 than C3PO. We've been in robotics for a while, and we really don't think you're going to have a humanoid type robot, and you're really not going to be replacing caregivers. That's not our purpose here. There's nothing you can compete with that human touch and the complexity of helping people. But that relationship, we really designed it to be sort of more like a dog, like it's meant to park and sort of be there, but not be in the way and be really comfortable. And so that's sort of our mission in doing this.
It's a genius product. It looks like we have one more question. Can the robot talk?
Through Alexa, we can. So in this instance, I don't know, maybe we have the speakers not turned up, but we can use, on that case, Alexa announces when it arrives and also will respond to you. So anything that you're doing with Alexa, you would hear through that. So this is sort of allowing us to do the best of both worlds. is to allow it to both basically do that. Okay, and yeah, so the answer is yes to that, and it can play music and all the other things too. In terms of cost, it's going to be provided by care providers first. So that's going to be, we weren't disclosing what it is, but there's a tiered pricing where folks that are having certain types of insurance coverage, the robot will be part of a program that's going in there. Long term, we want to open that up as we scale up and bring the cost even further down. And it'll be like an idea of a monthly payment that people can make that would provide all the support and service for them.
I have a
That is
question.
phenomenal. Okay, I think we are all set. Michael, thank you so much. This is a wonderful product, and I'm sure everyone will be quite impressed by this. Okay.
Can it pick things up off the floor?
Trisha, we have a question. Did you hear if it can pick things up off the floor?
I'd also
Trisha,
like to know
Jay?
if it can get something from a high shelf.
Trisha or Jay, we lost our audio.
Yeah, we're here. We're just talking the background, and as
Okay.
a matter of fact, we heard the last question. Actually, Michael, there's one last question that's from the audience. So we have to get it all of it before we leave here. Okay.
So one last question is what?
Can it pick things up off the
Sue.
floor?
Can it
Sue,
pick
can you
things
repeat
up
the question
off of,
again?
can it pick things up off of the floor?
Can it pick up things off the floor?
We're not at that stage. So think of this as version 1.0. And we get that question from folks like the remote or other things people have dropped. The most we could do is bring you that little grabber and bring that over to you and grab it. That's the idea. We're trying to fill a gap. But longer term, I think we look at it as like a platform. And the first thing is to move and bring things. And then we want to add skills over time. So first generation, we can't pick things up. We can slide things. We can grab stuff off the counters and we can bring them over. But we get that question a lot, and that's on our list.
Thank you so much. Okay,
Will it raise
so
up
we
and get
have
something
one
off the high shelf?
final tech spot where we're going. This is a product called Camino Mobility, and this is a smart walker. It falls under the space of mobility and accessibility. And the person who we're going to be meeting with is Duncan.
You see, Duncan is very busy talking to the audience right now, but we will talk to him soon.
No audio now at all, is there?
Jay,
No.
can you let Trisha know that we lost the audio?
Yes.
Yep, she is actually trying
Okay.
It was
Thank
pretty
you.
noisy just now, so she was like muting herself.
Okay, you can
Thank
hear me
you.
okay now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So this is our final stop here. We are meeting with Duncan, who is the CEO of a product called Camino Mobility. This is a smart walker and it falls under the space of accessibility. Duncan, we would love for you to share with our participants, our audience, about the product. If you could give us a little product demo and just tell us how it benefits older adults.
Absolutely, I would love to. So we've reimagined the old school walker, which really is not changed in decades, if not hundreds of years. We've reimagined this as a smart walker with automatic power assist and a AI-based analytics gait analytics platform. So the idea is the device is smart on the outside. Stylish on the outside, smart on the inside, and very simple to use. So I'll demo some of the features, but basically it's got automatic boost in the device. So when you turn it on, it'll automatically boost going uphill. If you're going downhill, it's automatically braking going downhill. If you take your hands off the device, the brakes go on automatically. So when you sit down on the device, the brakes, it won't roll away from you. And it's got unique foldability. So it can narrow to go through tight spaces, and you can fold it up the size of carry-on luggage in a few seconds. And then the final thing is we've got the gait tracking platform. So we've got 2 cameras in the device that monitor people's gait and track what's going on in the gait. So we can report on levels of activity, changes in gait. We can report it back to the end user. We can report it to family members, and we can report it, most importantly, to care providers and payers.
That is phenomenal. So it sounds like you've thought of everything. I'm sure we'd love to see a product demo.
Yes, I'll show you very quickly.
So it's fully open right now. I can fold it. Well, first of all, I can narrow it to go through tight spaces. I simply lift up on the handle and it locks in place. So I can now go through tight spaces with the device being safe. If I then open it back up again, as simple as that. If I need to fold it up for traveling, or I just want to tuck it away next to me, I can fully fold it in a few seconds. There's no device that folds that small or that easily. And the idea is you can keep it with you when you're in a restaurant. It doesn't get taken away. It's horrible that when you go into a restaurant, the first thing that happens is they take your device away. So you all of a sudden lost some freedom. You can keep it with you. If you need to go somewhere, you can unfold it and keep going.
There's a question from our audience. How heavy is this? Looks a really great product and it's very portable, but is it heavy?
When we release it, it's going to be a little bit heavier than normal device. So around 18 pounds when we release it. This one's heavier right now because it's a prototype. But yes, it'll be a little bit heavier because it's got battery and motors in it, but it'll be less than 20 pounds for sure.
Another question that we have from the audience is, what is the cost?
So we want to reimagine the model that we're charging for the device too. So many people don't need a device for very long or think they don't need a device for very long. And so we want to make it very easy for people to try the device and use it. So it's going to be much more of a monthly payment model, which makes it available. So in the early stages, we'll charge $50 a month. Eventually, it'll be for the early users, $50 a month. Then it'll be about $70 a month after the initial program. But people can also buy the device outright if they prefer to. And the price for that will be somewhere between $2,500 and $3,000. Yes.
Okay. And how does it help in getting uphill? You mentioned that a little bit, but can you share that a little bit more with us?
Yes. So there's motors in the wheels, and there's a battery, and there's a brain in the device. So we can sense using sensors when the device is going up a hill, and they can automatically change the power in the wheels to assist. So the device feels just as light going up a hill as it is walking on flat ground. So even on flat ground, for many people, they're having to push their device along. And we ask ourselves, why do they have to push it? The device should be there to support the user, not for the person to have to push the thing around. So we've made it do that, not only on flat ground, but also going uphill. And then we basically flip that around for going downhill. We use the motors to actually provide resistance automatically. So you don't have to squeeze on the brakes when you're going down the hill. It's providing resistance for you when you're going down the hill.
This is one of those products that you kind of scratch your head and say, why haven't we had this in the market before? So I think everyone's probably very thankful that you and your team have really put this together. It's remarkable.
I watched my father, who had suffered with Parkinson's for nearly 25 years, and spent a lot of time thinking about the struggles he was dealing with in living with a device. Obviously, it was better to be using a device than not have a device. But there were so many ways in which it was failing him. So I got really motivated to actually make the devices better.
And how do you charge the battery or change it?
Yeah, so it'll have a removable battery, but basically you'll charge it by just, as you would do with another device, plugging it in. There's a charging port, and you essentially just plug it into the wall. But we'll also have a removable battery, so you can swap the batteries out easily.
Wow, you have thought of everything. How about regulating the pace? Because I can imagine that many people walk at a different pace. So how do you do that?
Yeah, it's funny. So what we didn't want to do is have the user try to set the pace. We're actually able to sense what the user's trying to do and automatically, magically adjust the amount of torque. So we spent a lot of time we can actually sense when the person's pushing and pulling on the device, and we can adjust the amount of torque so that they don't have to do anything, right? We didn't want the users to have to use a throttle or anything like that. So yes, it's just basically neutralizing the weight of the device, and the user doesn't have to think about anything.
So you have thought of everything, truly. I wonder if there's any other questions from the audience. You can post them into chat. If not, we'll be moving on to our final stage. And again, if you have any other questions,
There's
just post them
one
into the
question
chat.
about stairs.
Okay, so there's one question about the stairs.
So what is
the question?
Does it work on stairs?
Does it work on stairs?
Oh my goodness, what a brilliant question. Believe it or not, we spent a lot of time looking into how do we have the device get itself upstairs. It can't do that. We would love to solve that problem, but it can't go upstairs on its own. And so it's on our list of dream features to be able to develop for, but it doesn't do that right now. We just made it at least easier to carry. Nice handle on the top and things like that. But no, it doesn't go upstairs on its own.
So that's 2.0.
It's 2.0, but also there's lots of safety risks around that too. We didn't really want to be in the business of having anyone use it around the stairs and things like that. There is a 2.0 version which will have hazard detection, which would detect it if you're close to a stair and vibrate the handles. It already has vibration in the handles, but it would then break the device automatically so you wouldn't go off, for example, go off a curb or bump into something. So we're working on that right now as sort of our guardian feature, but that probably won't be in the device for maybe another year. Yeah.
Year's not that long. We had a question about, does it adjust to height?
You can adjust the handles. I'll show you. Different levels that you can put the handles to. The lowest level is actually right here. There's a stop right above that. So yes, there's lots of different stops. And by the way, the handles are built-in safety. So if I'm pushing on the handles, I can't lower the handles. I'm squeezing on the grips right, the levers right now won't go down. I have to lift them up in order to put it down. So the user can never accidentally lower the handles while they're using it.
Very smart. Okay. Thank you so much. I think this is an amazing product. We're gonna love.
Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you. Okay. It looks like we actually are able to fit in one more. We had a little bit of an issue, but we are able to talk to the folks at Tellus, and we're meeting with the CEO. And tell us about Tellus.
Hi, so I'm Tanya. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Tellus. And at Tellus, this is our product POM, which stands for peace of mind. And using POM, we place it in the bedroom and the bathroom, and we understand important health information about a person in a room without any wearables or cameras. And really the focus of POM and peace of mind is focusing on what actually gives us peace of mind, which is having just a little bit of health information, a little bit of confirmation that everything is okay, rather than being inundated with a lot of health data and health information. And that's really our perspective, is that a lot of health technologies just share way too much charting and data, and it's really not about that. So imagine you buy Tellus either for yourself to get peace of mind for yourself, or for someone you're looking after or caring after. And we'll tell you really simple things like they made it back to bed. One of the big inspirations for me as a founder and for Kevin is that my grandmother would wake up in the middle of the night, use the bathroom, and she would fall on her way. And we didn't know what happened. We had no information, no confirmation. And I would have loved to have something like Tellus to wake up every morning and know that she was okay. We really tried wearables. She found them extremely privacy invasive to put something on her body. And so by not sharing too much information, only what really matters, it gives peace of mind for the elder and also for the people that are looking after them. And that's really what we try to do, and to keep everything really simple. Our tagline is care made simple. And that's really what we believe in and what we do.
And so this is a product that works without wearables and without cameras. So all of that information happens through that device that you're holding up.
That's exactly it. You just need one device per room for the bedroom and the bathroom, and that's it. And it's really incredible technology. We're using the latest sensing technology. And my co-founder, Kevin, here is our CTO. And he's the technology guy on our team. And we really have an incredible team. We've launched our product in Japan. We sell B2B in Japan today, but we've just launched a consumer product, which that's the POM product. And that's what we're bringing to market in the United States.
We love that. And I think our audience will too. I think it's wonderful. Like you said, it's peace of mind for the user and for the family. And so we want to ask if the audience has any questions at all.
So there's a question, how wide is the sensor range?
Yeah, so we get about 5 meters forward facing, and that really is enough to really monitor most bedrooms, and especially important areas of a bedroom. And we try to focus on the side of the bed where someone's sleeping and their pathway and walkway to their bathroom.
Great. I think there's another question here. Can it sense if someone falls?
Yes, that is something that we do today. And I'd actually like to really quickly share one of the first ways we brought Tellus and Palm to market is by partnering with a hotel chain in Japan. And this hotel is next to a cancer center. So people who undergo chemotherapy or surgery stay in the hotel and for outpatient care, and they're monitored by Tellus, and their family members get that peace of mind that they are okay. They are in bed. They may be using the bathroom, but they've made it back to bed and they're okay. And fall detection is one of those things that we do as well.
Great. And so there's a question too. How do I get info, or how do I get the info on this? Is it by camera or infrared?
So we are a no camera company. Privacy is one of our core values. And so radar technology and that sensing technology is really how we're able to make this magic happen. And really the focus is privacy for us in all respects. And so that's why the product Palm is, we're not oversharing too much information. We're just sharing the essentials and really what gives someone peace of mind, both as an elder who may be wanting to age in place, or as their the person looking after them and caring after them.
Okay, we've got another question about, can it serve if there is more than one person in the room?
So right now, our first market is really focused on the most vulnerable people who are aging in place alone. In the future, we are releasing a product that can monitor 2 people in a room, and we understand that that's a very important market. But our initial target is really focused on the most vulnerable and people who want to age in place but are living alone and at home.
So there's a question. Can you sense more than one person in the same room?
Yes. So we can sense more than one person in a room, but today our product is very much focused on one person, and that's because that individual who's aging in place is on average more vulnerable than somebody who is in a pair. So the future product will have capability for 2. We do right now, it's just not released in the product. Our product really focuses on a single person who's aging in place at home. And the last thing I want to share is that we are launching a wait list for our product. I also are backed by the AARP. They are our investors. They are really backing us to bring Tellus and Palm into the US market. And we'd like to share our wait list with you first. So thank you for watching. And thank you for being a part of our journey. And we really hope to hear from you and see you soon.
Okay, so there are so many questions for you guys. There's no way we can fit everything here. I do want to just ask you one last question, which is it a subscription model? What does the cost look like, if you have that information?
Yeah, we're working on that right now. And our goal is to make it really easy for people to join. And in some cases, it could be a subscription. And in some cases, it may be a full outright purchase. I know my parents hate to buy subscriptions. They are just too many subscriptions. And so what we want to do is offer 2 models for somebody who may need it month to month, and for somebody who really believes that they need this for a long time. So yeah, expect that we'll have multiple ways to purchase Palm.
I think that is wonderful. And it's a testament that we've got so many questions coming in.
Trisha,
We knew
and
that was
Jerry,
the case when
can
I
I
first
get
met
the
you. I told you I
website
have
so
a
I can
personal
post
story
it?
about this. So I think this is just wonderful. Kudos to both of you. This is a
Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Jane,
all
how
right.
can we
So
reach
we've got
Tellus?
one final stop. And that is a little surprise for everyone. And we know that it's Senior Planet that brought us here and all the planning that they did. We hope you are all feeling the benefit of that. And this was really informative and you enjoyed what we did. So the final stop here is just a really quick hello to the people at the Senior Planet booth. There they are. There's Suzanne, there's Alex, there's Colette. And I just want to say that we are so happy that we could do this live and bring the whole audience here with us. I think you guys share in that. So Thank you all so much. And now, tomorrow we are back again, and the session tomorrow is really interesting. So we will be doing 2 interviews with some very influential and people who are very informative and really know the industry for older adults quite well. Those interviews, we're going to be surprising you with who those 2 people are. But after those interviews, we are going to be doing a Q&A. So we're really happy that there were so many questions coming out of the session today. Anything that we didn't get to answer, we will try to answer those tomorrow. And in addition, we're really going to be getting all of you to engage with each other about technology. After we part with you now, we'll actually be going out and doing a little bit of filming of other technologies here at CES. This is an enormous space. We're only in about an 1/8 of it. So tomorrow when we come back, we'll have a Q&A, engaging with everyone, and we'll have 2 really wonderful interviews with 2 very remarkable people in the space of older adult living. So thank you all, Senior Planet participants. We loved bringing you here live to CES, and we hope you enjoyed it too. And we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Trisha
Thanks,
and Jay,
everyone.
before you leave, can we tell us their contact info?
We will actually get their contact information, and we will share that.
Thank you so much, Jay.
With everybody tomorrow. Yes.
Perfect.
Because I know there's a line of customers who are actually waiting for them.
Yeah.
As soon as we leave, so we just want to give them some space, and then we'll give everybody the website tomorrow. So we
Thank you,
cannot
Jay.
wait to actually work
Thank you,
for
Jay.
everybody tomorrow again. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Very interesting.
Yes.
Glad you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining.
I'll be
Thank
back
you. Thank
tomorrow.
you.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye.